In the main event, a Fury Pro Grappling, number 6 ranked UFC welterweight Sean Brady won by mounted guillotine against Richie Martinez. Brady says he wants to take on Leon Edwards next March 22nd in London. However, Jack Della Maddalena may be fighting Leon Edwards on that March 22nd card. People thought JDM would be fighting in Sydney in February, but it may end up being March 22nd in London. That would be number 1 and 4 at welterweight, and that would leave Sean Brady without a fight if that happened. Maybe then he could take on Usman. That'd be number 3 versus number 5. UFC middleweight Joe Pyfer won in overtime with a takedown against Nick Willie. Joe Pyfer has a big fight coming up that the commentators referenced but could not announce at the time. UFC featherweight Pat Sabatini won by heel hook. He's coming off a submission win over Jonathan Pierce in the UFC. Pat Downey got a takedown in overtime against UFC middleweight Andre Petroski to pick up the victory. Former UFC heavyweight Alexander Romanov picked up a victory via north-south choke. He won a month ago against Nascimento in the UFC, but no longer is on the UFC roster. Frank Mir's daughter, Bella Mir, scored a very nicely executed armbar, showing she has excellent submission skills, just like her dad. Bella's MMA career is currently on pause while she wrestles at the University of Iowa. After that, she is expected to return to MMA.
Perfect answer to that. Just spins through it, sets up on top. Oh, look at this. Look at Garza here. If she can turn and catch on her side. See how Nick's arm is floating down on top. Look at that. Look at that. Switched off. I love it. Taking chances. This is what I mean. She's just a highlight reel. If she sees opportunity, she jumps on. Oh, look at this. Look at this leg skipper right here. Also known as a Tariqa Plata. It's using a core with your legs. Yes, gorgeous work from Amanda Mazza. Wow. From submission to submission.
Makwan Amirkhani picked up a win in Finland in Ice Cage Fighting Championships over Fernando Flores via choke. That's Sharaf Davlatmuradov, one of the guys who Chris Curtis accused of being a spy for Roman Kopylov.
I appreciate you. War today. I got a black guy. He has a black guy, bro. We all training, but man, I love these Russians. They're always down to fight. So thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Regarding spy accusations, he told MMA Russia that we ran into each other during the same training session with Roman and took a photo, and then Curtis was blown away. I don't know if Chris always drizzles before the fights or just worries about meeting Kopylov. He and Sean Strickland had a snack at practice and almost had a fight. Curtis is flying in his own world. Yes, you can work out in the same gym, but until you're a pair, you won't feel the vibe. I didn't understand this, Curtis, to put it mildly. Curtis and Kopylov are fighting in 2 weeks, and the question they're going to be asked the most is about this spy stuff.
People by being angry. You hurt people by being a fucking serial killer. You know, like being angry doesn't do shit. You want to hurt motherfuckers. You chop them down, you make them defenseless, and then you fucking just have your way with them, bro. You fucking do whatever the fuck you want to.
Whatever you want, Mona. This sick fuck.
And again, like, and you can fight it.
Fucking white trash, dude.
But then you can't enjoy it. I want to enjoy that shit. I want to have my...
In Shuto, former UFC fighter Teru Ishihara knocked out his opponent in the first round, knocking him out in about 48 seconds in Osaka, Japan. Ishihara is 3-3 in his last 6 fights. His fight before that was a loss to Bruno Silva in A1 Combat. That's Uriah Faber's promotion. Former UFC fighter Nick Maximov is their middleweight champion. BKFC held an event in Mexico looking for new prospects. Islam Makhachev says they trained hard this week, but Khabib rates it as 4 out of 5, not 5 out of 5, because they took a break on Wednesday evening, and that's something they're not supposed to do. We only rest on Sunday and Saturday evening, he says. If Makhachev wins, he'll tie Usman for the second longest win streak in UFC history with 15 and be just 1 away from Anderson Silva's record. Gordon Ryan and Kron Gracie got into an argument because Kron Gracie said PEDs are illegal in every sport. Only in jiu-jitsu and MMA do people look past this and think it's okay. Lance Armstrong lost everything and he's just riding bikes. Talking to these people is like talking to liberals. You present facts and they're just like, no, I say we're on Earth. They say, no, we're on Mars. We just aren't. They say steroids are illegal in jiu-jitsu. They're just not. 2 + 2 isn't 5. It's just not. You can say you don't like them. You can say they're not right. You can say they should be illegal, but the fact is they're simply not. Also, are you going to tell me the family hasn't used steroids in jiu-jitsu and MMA for the last 5+ decades, places they were legal? And Kron says, I'm only speaking for myself, never speaking for my family, and everything I said is facts. Adding liberal to my family just proves that I'm right and you have no argument. Why are you following me for years if you don't want to hear what I have to say? Gracie's coming off a loss to Bryce Mitchell. The UFC may cut Kron. He's lost 3 in a row. It's odd that instead of adding new skills to his game, he seems to be subtracting them. He's getting more and more one-dimensional. Fighters always evolve their game, but in the last couple of fights, it looks like he's devolving and regressing to just pulling guard. At the end of the fight with Mitchell, it was kind of fitting because he pulled guard and got knocked out, showing that it's not UFC 1, it was UFC 310. Jonathan Brookins, who won the Ultimate Fighter 12, is looking to give MMA one more go. He said, I started a YouTube project. My goal is to tell my story. A lot has happened over the years. My 2 brothers died. I hit rock bottom a couple times, but I kept searching and I kept pressing forward. My hope is to find fights in 2025 and give it one more go. Brookins hasn't fought since 2017. He won the Ultimate Fighter by defeating Michael Johnson, who recently picked up a big win at UFC Tampa. Best build-up of the year to fight for Cejudo was DDP versus Sean Strickland. That whole build-up was just 1 month. And they fight again in about a month and a half.
Boa, Lila! De novo. Boa, sai, boa. Boa, Lila! Boa, Lila!
Oh,